Hey guys, in this video we have 32 games from European soccer. Today we have 16 games from Europa Conference League and we have 16 games from Europa League, and I will show all my winning percentages, all my projected odds. We will compare our projected odds with Bookmakers odds and we will try to find the value. I will try to find one best bet from Conference League, and I will also try to find one good bet from Europa League. I hope my numbers will help you to make better decisions today, and of course if you want to learn how to use numbers for sports betting, please visit underdogchance.com, and if you will like this video, please like it, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. And let's start. Okay, let's start with Europa League, which is a little bit more popular and bigger league because we have bigger teams. For example, Crvena Zvezda, they were trying to reach Champions League. So when they were eliminated, they started playing in Europa League. So we will start with this league. If we check quickly record, since I started posting my soccer bets and betting small amounts of money on soccer, because soccer is not my main sport, I'm more focused on American sports, especially baseball. NBA is coming, but since then I'm 22-15 plus 4.2%, plus 4.2 units, yield plus 11.35% with closing client value numbers. I am on a two-day losing streak, but still lots of other wins, and I hope we will continue with the profit. Each day I pick only one bet from soccer, okay? So among all the games I pick only one where I find a little bit bigger value, and in today's video I will give you one bet for Europa League, one bet for Conference League, and then you can go to my website underdogchance.com and you can check what is my best bet for today among all the leagues. Maybe it will not be from Europa Conference League, maybe it will not be from Europa League, but maybe it will be some other league, okay? But I will give you each day one based on my numbers best bet, okay? But let's focus on Europa League and the first game. Crvena Zvezda against Ferencvaros. As I mentioned, Crvena Zvezda was trying to reach Champions League. Also Ferencvaros is better team. Hungary is also playing good soccer lately. We saw this in Nations Cup, but of course this has nothing to do with this game. So let's focus on the numbers. Crvena Zvezda, based on my projections, will have 53.63% of chance to win this game. So my fair odds should be 1.86. So if we check projected American odds, so if you use American odds, those are my projected odds, those are Bookmakers odds. As you see, value is always when I get better odds than I project odds, right? So I get more than I would expect. For example, if Bookmakers odds are plus 100 and I project minus 130, then of course plus 100 is a recommended bet. Or if Bookmakers offer 1.93 and I project that the fair odds should be 1.5, for example, then this is a good value bet, okay? In this game I would either go with Crvena Zvezda or I would stay away, okay? These numbers, these green numbers, show where there is a value. So either you stay away from the game or play the game where you see the green, okay? But the bigger the number, the bigger the value. And I would not consider a serious bet if we don't see at least 0.1, 0.2, okay? Because the bigger the value, the better the bet, okay? So in this case, either I stay away from this game, or if you decide, you can go with Crvena Zvezda, because I think there is some value with Crvena Zvezda at home, maybe for a tiny stake. The second game, Helsinki against Ludogorets. I was a little bit surprised with the numbers because I didn't expect that Ludogorets projected will have better chance than Helsinki, but I honestly don't follow these leagues. I don't follow these teams. I simply use the numbers and algorithms to bet for myself, and I'm never emotionally involved in these games. So based on my projections, Ludogorets is a value. So if you want to bet on this game, I think Ludogorets at 2.11 or plus 111 is a value bet, okay? So this is maybe for medium stake. Malmo Union Berlin. Based on my projections, Union is better team. I give them 63.95% of chance to win this game. I think this is the best bet in Europa League. After I was checking, I checked all games. So I would go with Union Berlin at 2.0. So I think this is the best bet from Europa League today. Okay, but let's check the other games if you want to bet, and my numbers will hopefully help you. Monaco Trabzonspor, based on my projections, 1.47 on Monaco. Bookmakers 1.52. As you see, those odds are very similar. I use value calculation with adjusted criterion formula, so you will see slightly bigger number with smaller odds, because these odds also have a little bit higher chance for positive result. Okay, but there is small value with Monaco, so either you stay away or you bet Monaco at 1.52. Okay, Omonia Manchester United, as you see, the odds are correct. Of course, my odds are without VIC or without margins. Bookmakers always include the margin. This is their commission, because if you divide one by each number and you sum these numbers, you will get a little bit bigger number than one, because that difference is the commission they will take. And of course, because of that, my numbers will never be the same than Bookmakers, because I use fair odds and fair calculation. But the formula will show me where there is a value or not. And if we see negative number, that means that all Bookmakers odds are smaller than my projected odds. So 14.28 is smaller than 18.1, right? My projected odds is 8.12, Bookmakers 6.71, so there is no value in this. So because of that negative number, my projected 1.22, Bookmakers 1.21, so I get less than I would expect. So this is again negative number. Okay, and I think there is no value in betting on this game. Sheriff against Real Sociedad, based on my projections, Real Sociedad should be bigger favorite. Because of that, there is a value with Real Sociedad. The only question is, I don't know how motivated and how serious these teams take these competitions. So this is something you can take also into account. For example, if they will rest the whole team, of course, then you should take this into account. Okay, those numbers are always based if teams play seriously and if they're motivated, right? And if they will play with the first team. I don't know if they will play with the second team or with I don't know, young team or something like that. In that cases, of course, this is not going to work. But I believe that these teams are still playing and they have motivation for this league. And based on my projections, Real Sociedad at 1.61 is a value. Sturm against Lazio, as you see, my projected odds 1.64 or minus 157, Bookmakers minus 147. So this number is basically the same than this number is basically the same than this number, because we use different odds, and I think every sports bettor should know how to calculate and convert odds. So no matter if you use decimal, American or fractional odds, all odds represent the same thing. They are prices on the betting market. Okay, and you can, if you sign up for a free betting course on my website, I gave you the formulas at the end, how you can convert this. You also have one spreadsheet on my website where you can download these formulas, how to convert these numbers. But this is, I think, really basic. So I try to talk in decimal odds and I try to talk in American odds, because I know some people are from Europe, some people are from USA, but this is really basic and very simple to use. You can use one Google spreadsheet, put that formula in, and then you can convert it. Okay, but basically those are the prices. I would stay away from this game, or if you like, you can go with Lazio, but I think there is not a lot of value. Zurich PSV, again, this is one game where I was expecting that PSV should be a little bit bigger, not bigger, but smaller favorite, but still numbers don't lie, and based on my projections, there is some value with PSV. So either you stay away from such a low odds, or you take PSV at 1.54. I think there is small value, but I wouldn't pay much attention. Then we have Arsenal against Bodo Glimt. Arsenal, I think they are pretty good this season, and based on my projections, they should be at 1.17. Bookmakers 1.24. So if I need to pick any team here, I would go with Arsenal 1.24, but of course I will not take this bet. Of course there's always a chance that the other team will win, right? Around, if my projections are correct, Bodo Glimt will still win 5 out of 100 games, and based on bookmakers odds they will win a couple of more games based on projections, right? So there's no sure games in betting. Sometimes I receive emails, hey, you lost sometimes. Professional bettors, they don't win every single game. Okay, if you bet on spreads, they win maybe 53-54% of times. And if they can reach this, they will make a lot of money in the long run. Okay, nobody wins every single game, because if you have the ability to win every single game, then either you are a wizard or Nostradamus. This is not possible, right? We are not here to win every single game. We're trying to find the edge. Okay, we're trying to find the opportunities on a betting market. Okay, so every sports bettor must first analyze games, and you must come up with your prices. You must come with your winning percentages, because these percentages are then turned into the odds, right? And once you get the odds, then this is your price that you're willing to pay. Okay, so for example, you want, let's say we take PSV for example. Okay, so you say, okay, my fair odds on PSV are 1.44. That means that if I risk 100 American dollars, I want that someone, in this case a bookmaker, will pay me at least 44 American dollars, right? 100 multiplied by 1.44 is 44 American dollars of profit. Okay, this is what you expect, and this is something you need to know, because if you don't know your price, then you are just guessing. And no wonder why so many people are broke from gambling, and no wonder why so many people lose at sports betting, because they don't do the home job. This is your first step into profitable sports betting, because if you don't have the ability to project these odds, then you are just guessing and you will not win at sports betting. Yes, of course you can do arbitrage betting, you can take the advantages of bonuses, you can compare pinnacle odds with soft bookmakers, but this will come to an end, because bookmakers will limit you soon if you will do arbitrage betting, and they openly say they will ban you. So you can do this, I don't know, this is great for building a bankroll, but you will make, I don't know, maybe 10,000 American dollars, that's it. Then the same with soft bookmakers, comparing with pinnacle. But if you want to be a big player, soon you will start betting with serious bookmakers, with betting exchanges, and then you need to have your own odds, right? Of course you can also take bookmakers bonuses at start, and those things are great for building a bankroll, right? And you should do it. But sportsbook bonuses are also not all the time there, right? And bookmakers also know this, because a lot of people are taking the advantage. So at the end of the day, if you have a long-term plan for sports betting, you will need to come somehow with these numbers. You need to know what are you paying. So what price are you willing to pay today? Okay, maybe I will lose all the games today. Maybe I will give you all the bet advice, but this is the bet. So this is something I do for last 20 years, and this is how I ended here, not because I was trying to hit the winner. So this is the first concept. When people ask me what is the first thing they need to learn, the first thing you need to learn are the numbers. You need to understand the numbers behind betting. Leave that TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all this bullshit. You need to understand the numbers, okay? If you don't understand the numbers, you will not lose. Of course, you can bet for fun. Of course, you can bet recreationally, which is great, because sports betting market needs people who bring the money. Because you see bookmakers, they are rich. When you look at stadiums and when you look at football shirts, you will see sponsors from bookmakers. How do you think they get the money? From you, from people, right? Who make bold guesses, who just throw out money. And in sports betting, only 5% of people, or maybe 3% of people, win at sports betting. And this is a relative competition against others, right? So how do you think you will win at sports betting in the long run? By watching videos, by following other people speaks? Well, this is not going to work, okay? There needs to be some effort, okay, on a daily basis. Sports betting is a competition, and it is a marathon, okay? And the first thing you need to understand are numbers and how the things works. Okay, so let's go to the next game. AS Roma against Betis. Betis lost at home against Celta Vigo and they are going to play Roma. Based on my projections, Betis has only 30.40% of chance to win this game. So the biggest chance to win this game, or the biggest chance has Roma in this game. However, based on my projections compared with bookmakers odds, there is no value with Roma. And if I need to pick, I would go with Betis at plus 0.5, and you can get them. I think around 2 or 2.10 or something like that. Okay, I was checking the odds, but I forget. But there is some value with Betis plus 0.5, which means that they should not lose the game. Okay, Braga Royale Union. This is Belgium team. Based on my projections, Braga's odds should be a little bit lower. So if I need to pick, I would go with Braga at 1.82. Okay, there is some value, because I would expect that someone pays me $69 for betting on Braga, but I see that bookmakers are offering me 82 instead of $69, and this is a value, right? So this is the main concept we need to understand, because no matter what kind of business you run, if you want to run a restaurant, you need to buy Coca-Cola for $1 and sell it for $2, right? And that difference between these two numbers is your profit. Okay, of course you will not win every single game, but if you will make statistically positive bets, okay, then you can expect long-term profit. If you bet on games with negative value, you will start losing sooner or later, and the whole business is based on that. Bookmakers don't win money because you lose, because someone lost bet. They simply make money because they bet against you with positive expected value. So when there is 50% of chance, you are betting at the odds at 1.91, while on the other side, bookmakers are betting against you at 2.1 or plus 110, and every single bet from them is positive expected value, because they offer you unfair odds. What you need to do, you need to come up with your own odds and go against the market. Okay, you need to find these mispriced opportunities on the market, and this is the way in the long run. Of course, on 100 bets or even on 500 bets, anyone can guess and anyone can win, and even there will be always some survivorships. This is called survivorship bias. You can Google it, which will win, because they don't even know how they won. But there are always someone who will win based on gut feeling. But this is not the way for everyone, and we try to find the most optimal way how to win at sports betting. Okay. The next game, Fenerbahce against AEK Larnaca. No value again, as you see, negative numbers here. I would stay away from this game. Freiburg Nantes, based on my projections, as you see, very similar numbers. My numbers and bookmakers' numbers are basically the same. So either you go with Freiburg, you can try them at home, or if you get good odds, I don't know, 1.55 or something like that, or you stay away. Midtjylland against Feyenoord, based on my projections, there is some value with Feyenoord. So either you go with Feyenoord straight win, or draft no bet. Okay, as I mentioned in my previous videos, when you bet on soccer, we have three ways. We have home win, away win, and we have a draft. Okay, and of course, if you will bet on expected value, if you have a good model, and if you can find these opportunities, you will win in the long run. However, if you have short-term plan, or if you need to win the next games, I recommend that you reduce those three ways, and I try to stay away from three ways bet. So you either go with plus 0.5, which means that, or 1x or 2x, which means that you exclude the drafts. So bet is a winning bet if they win, or if they finish with a draft. Okay, so in both cases, a bet is won. And if you bet draft no bet, this is another bet type where you, for example, if we take Feyenoord, draft no bet, your bet is a winning bet if Feyenoord wins, but if the game ends with a tie or the draft, then your money is refunded. Okay, so this way you exclude that third option. Okay, Olympiacos Karabakh, based on my projections, maybe small value with Karabakh, but as you see, I give them only 28.95% of chance to win this game. So plus 0.5 or simply stay away from this game. Ren Dynamo Kiev, based on my projections, there is no value. I think the odds are pretty fair. So again, no value. Okay. So the best bet today from Europa League is Union Berlin to beat Malmo on the road. Okay. So this is, I think, the best bet from Europa League. Okay. So let's move to Europa Conference League. Okay, and now Europa Conference League. So the first game we have Anderlecht against West Ham. Based on my projections, West Ham should be at 1.71. Bookmakers have them at 2.06, which means there is a value with West Ham. So I would pick West Ham at 2.09. I think this is a value. No matter if they lose, I think we have a value with West Ham. Lech Poznan against Hapoel Beersheva. Maybe tiny value with Beersheva, or stay away from this game, or go with Hapoel Beersheva plus 0.5, so they should not lose the game. I will simply type minus here because this is very small number. Molde Shamrock, despite we have small odds, 1.32 on Molde, I think there is value with Molde, but I'm looking for the odds above 1.5, so either you stay away or either you take Molde. I will type Molde at 1.32 because I think there is a value. Just a second. Yerevan against Žalgiris. Based on my projections, Žalgiris should be at 2.58, Bookmakers 2.94. There is some tiny value with Žalgiris. If I need to pick anything, I would probably go with Žalgiris not to lose this game. At the odds at 1.6, you can get Žalgiris at around 1.6. Okay, so this number plus 0.5 means that they should not lose the game. So if they don't lose, you win a bet. Okay, but again, this is smaller number. Silkeborg against Steaua Bucharest. Based on my projections, small value with Steaua. I wouldn't definitely go with Silkeborg. So if I need to pick, I would go with Steaua plus 0.5. You can get them at 2.32, which I think is pretty good price. Okay, so if we sum those two numbers, we get 53, close to 54% of chance to win this game, and we have odds 2.32, which means there is a value. Okay, Sivaspor Balkani, there is a value with Sivaspor. I give them 84.81% of chance to win this game. So my fair odds would be around 1.20, 1.18 I have. So bookmakers have it at 1.46. So there is a value with Sivaspor at 1.46. Dnipro against Vaduz, they're playing on neutral field. Ukrainian team, I will stay away from this game. There is no value anyway. Slovačko against Nice, based on my projections, Nice should be a little bit bigger favorite, so maybe tiny value with Nice at 1.98. I would stay away from this game too. Köln Partizan, based on my projections, the odds are fair, so no value. AZ Alkmaar against Apollon, based on my projections, Alkmaar should be at 1.30, bookmakers 1.34, or if you use American odds, those are my projected odds, bookmakers odds. There is some value with Alkmaar, but I wouldn't touch this as Alkmaar at 1.34. There is some value with Alkmaar at 1.34, but I don't know if this is worth betting. Basel Slovan, based on my projections, Slovan should be at 1.32. I give them 75.76% of chance to win this game, and this is a good value on Basel at 1.61. Okay, I think this is pretty good bet at this price. This is RFC. This is some Latvian team. I don't know how to even pronounce this, but RFC against Basaksehir. This is Turkish team. Small odds on Turkish team, but if you need to pick anything, Basaksehir at 1.37 is better team and also some value. Okay, Ghent Djurgården, bookmakers have Ghent at 1.64. I have them as a smaller favorite, despite I give them 50.96% of chance to win this game. So there's no value betting on Ghent. So if I need to pick anything, I would go with Djurgården or stay away from this game. Okay, Djurgården, you can get them at plus 0.5, so they should not lose this game at 2.32. Okay, no, 2.30. So this is also, I think, pretty solid price. Hertz against Fiorentina, based on my projections, Fiorentina should be at 1.38 or minus 261. Bookmakers 1.46. So there is Fiorentina. There's some value with Fiorentina at 1.46. With these bigger teams, because no matter if Fiorentina is playing, I don't know if they are playing in Champions League or something like that, but there are certain teams that are big teams, right, with good fans, with some history and so on, okay? And I don't know how motivated they are to play in this Conference League, so this is always a tricky one. But because with Champions League for the last 10 years we have basically the same team, so we have same teams every single year with couple of teams that are changing at the bottom, but I saw that the rest of the teams, those teams that are placed from, I don't know, 7th to 13th in Italy or those big leagues, and then when they come to some Conference League or Europa League, this is basically their only chance, right? So Fiorentina is, I don't know, maybe 6th, 7th team in Italy based on popularity. We have big teams, Inter Milan, Juventus, then we have Lazio, Roma, so Atlanta is good in last year. So, and then we have Fiorentina and some other teams, and they don't have a lot of chance in winning Champions League, right? So they focus on Conference League and Europa League. So we saw Mourinho who won Conference League, I think, with Roma, right? And they were celebrating like it was really huge. And we saw this trend, and I believe that I don't know how are they motivated, but I believe that in the future they will be much more motivated for these leagues, because Champions Leagues becomes more like American sport, where you have 30 teams, 30 best teams, and they are not changing, right? So in Champions League, as I said, 50% of teams are always the same, okay? So anyway, Fiorentina value. Slavia, Sluj, I don't know how to pronounce this, no value. We have Villarreal against Austria Vienna. Villarreal, they are playing on neutral field, not on neutral field, but on another stadium. I don't know how this will affect on this game, but I would definitely stay away from this game. As you see, my projected odds 1.09, Bookmakers 1.16, okay? So the best bet today, we have a couple of pretty good bets here, I think. West Ham is solid bet. Molde, if you like to play small odds, is a value. Then we have Sivaspor, also very solid odds. We have Basel. We have Basel, which I think is the best bet today. Okay, Basel is the best bet, and then we have Basics here, but those are small odds. I also think Djurgården is a solid bet also. Steaua at this price is also solid bet. Okay, so we have a couple of interesting bets. So if you can include my numbers with your own analysis and with your own logic, I think we can make some good bets. But the best bet in Conference League is, based on my opinion, not based on my opinion, but based on my numbers, if we exclude those small odds, I think Basel at home to beat Slovan. Okay, so based on analysis of all 32 games, I think the best bet for Europa League is Union Berlin at the odds 2.0, and the best bet for Conference League is Basel at 1.61. Okay, so if you like the video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends if you think they will get some value, and more videos like this will come. All my bets are always backed by numbers, not just opinions. And if you want to learn how to use numbers, please visit underdogchance.com, where I can teach you how I bet for the last 15-20 years. Okay, thank you for watching.